Welcome to another live stream with Big John. Hope everyone's having a blessed night. Look forward to people joining in so we can have some fun and conversate together for the next between an hour and 2 hours, give or take. You know, not as young as I used to be and be able to stay up like that anymore. Considering I was up at the crack of dawn today. So, see who comes on to talk first. Wednesday night's bowling night. That's the green I get. You. Was that old saying when you used to say, Katie, you are the humor of my life? Uh-oh. I'm muted. Shoot. Am I still muted? That's weird. Am I still muted? Can you hear me or no? Testing. I don't know if we can hear me. Ah, good. Wow, it was on your end? Okay, thank you for that. Wow, that's not good. Impact 0240. I hope you're okay besides that, because that does not sound like a fun time. I have gone through that in the past. I would tell you, um, is that's not fun. Well, let's see. Any advice for talking to a girl? Be genuine. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone that you're not. And there is that special person out there for everyone. When I found my fiance, I was not looking for her. And I was just my normal goofy self, and she fell in love with that over 12 years later. So that would be my advice. You know, don't be shy. You know, if there's a lady that interests you, you can't be afraid to talk to them. Can't be afraid to approach them. Because women can smell the fear if you are too nervous when you go up to talk to them. No problem. I try to help. That's, you know, what we're here to do is try to help each other. It's really important, and it's free to help one another. It's a free thing for sure. Yeah, I bowl on Wednesdays, and it was not one of my better nights. So as soon as I figured out it wasn't gonna be a good night bowling, the first thing I thought about was getting home, getting on here on a live stream, and talking to all you wonderful people out there to improve my mood for the rest of the night. I really enjoy the interaction I have with everyone. I really do. It's just, it's fun, interacting. I love to talk, if you all can't tell. It's very fun to engage and talk about lots of different things. I'll tell you what, I was looking at NFL free agency. Holy moly. All the moves that occurred for that. So many moves. I'm just like, can't keep up with it. Ravens fans definitely went through some stuff. Max Crosby failing his physical, and then they end up signing Trey Hendrickson, who's a great defensive end, but Max Crosby's 3 years younger. So that's a difference, longevity in the game. So for me, being a Commanders fan, I was very happy about the moves we made on the defensive side of the ball, getting a cornerback, getting a linebacker, getting a defensive end, and they're all young. I was hoping that Am Peters would wake up and smell the roses and make sure he made different moves than he did last year, because last year off season was horrible. So we need a reset, so to speak. I feel like we got it. So I'm really excited about that. Anyone that's on here, I love to talk, but if you got any comments, you want to talk about something, feel free. It's what we're here for. I love the interaction. I don't want this to be me talking and only listening. I want y'all to talk to me, and let's engage in things. Please. Look, Katie, that childhood memory, I'll start like hysterically cracking up. That is one of my funniest childhood memories with Adam. And then you going up to him when he's acting like he's unalive and checking on him, and then he sits up like the Undertaker and tags you, and then you start crying about getting tagged because you were smaller than the rest of us and couldn't catch us because you had little legs. Yeah, it's on my Mount Rushmore too. 100%. Yeah, it was so many childhood memories. Sneaking out in the middle of the night and getting into mischief. And then across the hill, looking at seeing if the lights came on at the house, and if the lights came on, we knew Iris was gonna come out yelling to see where we were. Oh, the memories. Yes, dark tag, very fun. Especially, you know, you couldn't see where anyone was, so someone would try to say something funny, make someone laugh, so you could get an idea of where they were, so you could hone in on the laughter in the dark and then tag somebody. I don't know if anyone's ever played dark tag when they were kids. A lot of fun. A very fun game. Yeah, absolutely. When involved a mask for sure. Yeah, those were great times. Absolute great times. Can't trade in childhood memories. Anyone have some great childhood memories they want to share? Anyone that's watching? Because if I could rewind the clock, I'd love to relive some of my childhood memories because it was a different time. Didn't have to worry about all the adult stuff. You could just focus on having a good time with your friends. I mean, everyone's childhood is different, obviously, but these are memories I would always cherish. Hey, what's up, party? I definitely thought you were live streaming right now, bro. I'm glad you came on here. Unless you plan on doing that later, because you can stay up till 5 or 6 in the morning doing this. I'm old. I can't do that. Oh, hey, party. Do you got any great like childhood memories you want to share? Like hang out with like your friends, like playing a favorite game or anything like that you want to share? For me and my friends is dark tag, telling scary stories in the dark, sneaking out in the middle of the night and doing mischievous things. Like knocking on doors of people we didn't like and run. Never got into too much trouble, just a little bit. Katie, what are ones do you have that you enjoyed from childhood? While waiting for hopefully party to respond to that question. Caffeine is my friend. Okay. Yeah, video games also very fun. Can't tell you how many times I crashed out playing video games. So many times. So much cussing playing video games as a kid. so many times. Look back, I'm like, why I get so mad? As is no sense at all. Yep, I remember Man 94 vividly, and yeah, and NFL Blitz on Nintendo 64 that too. But my favorite video game series was probably between the Mega Man X series and Castlevania. Yeah, Castlevania is like it has to be my number one. Hard to fathom that Castlevania has now been out for 40 years. 40 years. That's crazy. And they got a new Castlevania game coming out later this year. Very excited about that. Yeah, we sure did, Katie. A lot of Mega Man. I think Adam plays it with his son too. So that's cool to have that time to do that. I did that with my son, when he was that age. Now he's a grown man. I had no time for video games. He works so much. He can play video games if had all the money in the world to do it. He still couldn't play it. There's no time. That's the thing about being an adult. Hello. How we doing, James? Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Absolutely. I like that series. There was lot of games for that series that were really good. Um, so yeah, Castlevania, Mega Man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all great classics in the video game world that have been around for a very long time. And there's some more modern ones that are really good too. But if we're going with the classics, and of course, you can't go classic without talking about Super Mario. One of my favorites was probably Super Mario 3 and Super Mario 4. And I like Yoshi's Island as well. Yeah, those were real fun games for me. Anyone else got some games they want to talk about that were fun? Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I like Lord of the Rings, definitely. Hello. Talking video games. If yeah, like some video games that you like from your childhood or currently, please share because that is a fun subject to talk about. It's not what I focus on the norm here, but I do like video games for sure. WrestleMania 2000. Oh, that's a classic. That was a classic game for sure. 200 FS. Not sure what that is. You have to enlighten me on that. That game does not sound familiar to me. But there were so many video games. Oh, okay, typo. Heard that. Alright. I'm still not sure. I don't think I heard of that game. But I can tell you Castlevania games, one of my favorites, but it was like canon to the Castlevania series because it was like a different storyline, was when Gabriel Belmont becomes Dracula in the Lords of Shadow 2 game. I really love that game. And playing as Dracula was something different. And I really loved that. It was just a different perspective. You know, he was a Belmont and he becomes a Prince of Darkness. Go figure. Because usually, you know, the Belmonts are always good. There's no story where, you know, they they become Dracula. That was just a different storyline altogether. But it was fun though to do that. Like it was creative, so I really liked that. But, you know, Dracula is one of the most epic characters. Whether you talk comics, whether you talk movies, shows, video games, Dracula is like a rock star in that regard. If someone else can tell me another character that has that type of influence that reaches as far as Dracula, please let me know. Because, like I said, it to have that type of reach, to be in all those different platforms is amazing on itself. And go figure, an Irish guy named Bram Stoker's the one that gave life to Dracula in 1897. Now look at it. Look how great Dracula is today. Look how popular, look how famous. It's wild. Like absolutely wild to think how far Dracula has come from a character in a horror novel to now. It's absolutely fascinating. I didn't um, I didn't see a comment, and I wouldn't delete anyone's comments. So I'm sorry. I'm not sure what happened because I don't have any mods or anything. I have no reason to need them. So I'm sorry about that. Did you want to repeat what your comments were so I can answer them? Again, I'm sorry. I don't know why. I didn't see any comments from you and wouldn't know why they'd be deleted. So I apologize. I'm not sure. So yeah. So again, Dracula is a rock star in that regard, and how much he's been in since 1897. Another cool character, of course, that hasn't been around nearly as long as Darth Vader. Another very complex character. Can't say fully evil. There's some good there. You could argue different variations of Dracula, the same thing. Not always evil purely, which makes for complex characters. And, complex characters make for more fun storytelling, I feel. Yeah, anyone have a comment about that, please share. I'd like to hear other people's thoughts on that. Okay, so are you talking about the one with Christian Bale? Or are you talking about the one that was on Netflix? Just just so I can comment correctly. Because I've seen the one on Netflix. I thought that was pretty good. I did enjoy how smart the Frankenstein's monster was in that movie. The one with Christian Bale I have not seen. Oh yeah, I like that one a lot, for sure. And it was you know Dr. Frankenstein. What a complex character he was. He was molded, I feel, from how much his father did not love him. Yeah, I just love how you know Frankenstein's monster, how smart he became, and then you know the mind games he wanted to play with Dr. Victor Frankenstein. And rightfully so. Look at what he did to him. Look how he treated him. You couldn't be mad at him for getting you know wanting vengeance. All right, let's see what your prior comments. No, no, it didn't. So yeah, I'm not that person. I'm not familiar with. So is there is there like something I need to know? Just out of curiosity. If not, it's cool. But to my thoughts, and then at the end, no, I will fail. Saying grenade 10 times fast. I will fail. I'm sorry. I'm not good at those games, unfortunately. But you know, Oh boy. Should I try this? Grenade, 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 grenade. I think that was 10. I think. You can tell me if I got 10. Thank you. um, Play-Doh, I'm not sure. Haven't checked out any comedy pages. Why so, Katie? Yeah, I'm usually not good at trying to say something fast. I don't talk fast enough like that to really do the repeat game quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure, Play-Doh. Not sure. But yeah, um, but to speak about the new one, The Bride, I heard that wasn't very good, so I don't know if I'm gonna see it, because if I see a movie, I will definitely do a review on it. um, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal's little sister, she directed it. I I don't know who wrote it. Sorry, I don't know who wrote it. I just know who directed it. But the reviews I saw were not good, and there was a bunch of foolishness um, to it. Yeah, if he did a sequel, yeah, I'd be for it. I'd watch that for sure, because I did like it. I definitely did like his interpretation of it. The gothic art, the sets, everything was just well done. And Oscar Isaac is a very good actor, in my opinion. Yeah, I hear that. Some people like that for to make it easier when they're doing text messages. There's nothing wrong with taking your time and you know getting your thoughts out correctly before you send the message. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, so I don't think I'm going to see The Bride. This I have not heard a good review on it. I'm still trying to figure out if I want to see Scream 7. I'm on the fence with that. But I know that I need to make up my mind soon because it won't be in theaters too much longer. It's not for you. What about bowling, Katie? I do bowl on Wednesdays. That's what this jersey I'm wearing is, my bowling jersey. Okay. My score was not good tonight. 588 for 3 games. That sucks for me. I would be really happy if somehow Stu was alive and he wanted to exact his revenge. I would love that. And for me, I would feel if there was a way he was alive, have one final battle, him and Sydney, and call it a day. How much how much more we want to go with Scream? You know, it's seven movies. It's all good. Uh, Pretty sure I know what you meant to say. Yeah, Wes Craven was he was a legend, and it's a shame he's gone. So let me ask y'all this: your opinion. I really want there to be another Nightmare on Elm Street. If you can get the right person to play Freddy, um, Robert Englund, will always be Freddy. But Robert Englund's also said, his words, not mine. He's too old and he's too fat to play Freddy Krueger. You know, and I can respect that. I mean, his swan song to the character was Freddy versus Jason. That was in 2003, and I believe at that time he was just over 50 years old. I think he did all of his own stunts and the fight scenes in that movie. He like dropping the elbow on Jason big time. Lots of elbows. I'm not mad at it. Jason's a big boy. That's not a bad idea. I I like that idea. Yeah, because like would the storyline be he like no one talks about him, like he doesn't exist, and then someone does something goofy and bring up the your thing with the mushrooms, and then all of a sudden someone sees him in there, and then like but he's not strong enough to get him. But it's the start of him coming back. No, but then no, because I think about that as kind of like how Freddy vs. Jason was. He used Jason to fearmonger for them to start remembering him again, and that's how he regained his power. That's an idea. I I would love to see. Like they explored it in part six a little bit. The dream demons. I would like to like have a movie where they explain that a little bit more. Like really do a deep dive and how powerful they are because they're the ones that gave Freddy the power, for him to be able to do all the cool psychotic things that he would end up doing once he got those powers. So I would like a little more of a deep dive into the dream demons that gave him those powers. I just think that would be fascinating. They no don't know if you know about this. They did some comics, and this would be really cool if they made a movie on it. Ash from the Evil Dead um, interacts with Freddy and Jason over the Necronomicon, and if Freddy got his hands on that book, what he would unleash into the world, how like scary it would be. That's just a thought. I don't know what you think about that. I think that would just be like something unique. I'm open to unique ideas because I feel like you you don't want to replay the same things over and over again with a horror movie. Need some fresh ideas. Like I think it's fascinating. Like I think it's really cool because I like the first one, the Ready or Not movie, and now they got the sequel coming out, and it's just crazy how like she wants no part of it, but what she did when she destroyed that whole first family and survived the chain of events that it caused. And she didn't want to play no more, and then they bring her sister and say, "You're gonna do this, or we end your sister." So I think that's gonna be a really good movie. Plato, I'm sure, like me, you have seen movies where we could care less what the critics have to say. For the critics, they want everything to be an Academy Award winning film. I'm sorry, with horror movies, that I'm not looking for that. I don't care. Give me gore. Give me limbs flying. Like, give me all the stuff you want to see in a horror movie. Someone step up and be a hero and take on the bad guy or the monster or both, depending on which we're talking about. You know? I was like, oh my gosh, I'm watching this movie for the plot. I'm not watching horror movies for the plot. No, I have not heard that. uh, Leprechaun versus Chucky. Wow. That's all I gotta say. I want me gold. Chucky, have me gold. Give me gold, Chucky. And you see Chucky, why are you wearing green? And I can't really imitate Chucky like that because every other word that Chucky says is a cuss word. And I keep it clean on my channel. Trust and believe. I would really imitate Chucky if I could, but if I can't do it the way I want to do it, I'm not going to do it. But yeah, that that would be fascinating. And the sad thing is, the leprechaun would be the bigger of the two, not by too much. But then, like Chucky was, gosh, was he even 2 feet tall? In the good guy doll, and the leprechaun was probably around 3 feet, maybe a little taller. Warwick Davis played the leprechaun for the majority. Okay, that makes sense. But see, it was so crazy. Did you watch the Chucky TV show where he had like an army of himself? Because when I saw that, I was like, "This is crazy. How is he? You know, have like hundreds of himself, and he can control all of them at one time." Like, did you just not have access to the show, or you couldn't find it? Because I believe it was on Sci-Fi. Because there was like 3 seasons. Yeah, I found it fascinating. Oh, okay, I got you. I found it fascinating that Devon Sawa was in the in each season as a different character, and Chucky ended him each time, which was the craziest thing. It's like, oh, you play this character and Chucky ends you. You play this character and Chucky ends you. And then you play this character and Chucky ends you. Yeah, that is very like fascinating for sure. But I get it, like you said you couldn't really get into it. I mean, I'm a huge horror buff, but yeah, there's some things I'm just like, eh. It didn't do nothing for me. I couldn't watch it. It's like I'm a huge werewolf fan, but not every werewolf movie is for me. Like I thought American Werewolf in Paris was garbage. Like the the werewolf design sucked. It wasn't, like the first one. The first one was a masterpiece, and Rick Baker did the prosthetics and the makeup for the transformation. And that goes down as one of the most epic werewolf transformations of all time. But in the sequel, it was like horrible CGI when CGI was still pretty much very new. Like they didn't they did the werewolf design was horrible for that. And to this day, I'm still mad about it. And we're talking about that movie came out in 1997. So I was 17 when that movie came out. So, yeah. And like The Howling, the first one was great, and then the rest were not. And the werewolf designs were hit or miss for me for all the other ones after the first one. The first one was epic and well done. They even made uh, a comic what it could have looked like if they did a sequel based off the comic. And the comic was epic. If they made the comic into a movie, oh, it would have made the franchise thrive. But they didn't do that. They just went down a goofy direction, and the makeup was not good, and the transformation sequences were lackluster. Like the next good transformation after American Werewolf in London and the first Howling, you literally have to go 13 years later to Wolf. Wolf was a good transformation. Look like wolf men, really, but if you do it right, it's okay. And I thought they did it right. Then the next one that was really good was the Bad Moon werewolf transformation. I thought that werewolf looked really awesome. Very big, very intimidating. So I was really down for that one for sure. And then let's see. Which one was good after that? The Werewolf and Cursed wasn't bad, but you know, I I don't want to see my werewolf like being able to talk and flicking me off. That was pretty goofy. I wasn't a fan of that at all. Like I don't want my werewolf movies being goofy. It's not what they're supposed to be, my opinion. Anyone else wants to share their opinion on that, please let me know. Because that's not what I want. You know, with my werewolves, I want it to be serious. I want it to be scary. You know, not something that should be taken lightly. Not like something like, oh, ha 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 ha. And of course, two of my friends, if they were on here right now, would bring up Silver Bullet just to get on my nerves. Oh, okay. Welcome back. Yeah, I got my phone charging too while I'm doing this. So it so I'm good. I don't have to worry about my phone battery going out. Uh yeah, okay, there you go, Katie. You got to bring up the bottle rockets and Silver Bullet. This to trigger me. I don't know if you've seen Silver Bullet, Plato. Uh, I thought it was a very good werewolf movie, but my friends Katie and Adam would troll the heck out of me because a kid in a wheelchair shoots a werewolf that's freaking huge in the eye with a bottle rocket, and they think it's the funniest thing ever. Just to tick me off. Oh, gosh. So annoying. I always gotta bring that up. I would rewrote the script where the werewolf catches the bottle rocket and throws it right back. Ha, 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 ha. The werewolf gets revenge. Um, no, it's just pronounced like Paul, like the first name Paul. It's Welsh English is its origins. Okay, Katie, what's that fun fact have to do with talking about werewolves? I'm just curious. Please explain yourself on that one because I'm very confused. Yes, you should not play with fireworks. Noted. Yeah, but they weren't werewolves, were they? Ha 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 ha. Yeah, I guess they are. I guess they are. That was a good thing. Good thing you looked out for your brother there, Plato, because that could have not ended very well. So good thing you were there for him. I'm mad because the werewolf had an eye patch. I'm mad because it's goofy. There's no way I'm having a kid in a wheelchair shoot a werewolf's eye out with a rocket. I would never have wrote it like that. Yeah, laugh it up. Laugh it up. Go ahead. Have a good time. I would have wrote it differently. A pirate werewolf? Really? Really? Ha ha, matey! I am a pirate werewolf and I'm here for the booty. Give me all the booty. All the treasure. Ha ha! Yeah, that would be very goofy. Not what I want in my werewolf movies. I do not want goofy. It's not what it's meant to be. I don't like really goofy and vampire movies either. But what we do in the shadows is the exception to the rule for that because that's hilarious. Um, what you just said there, it depends on the lore. Some werewolves can live as long as vampires, but it depends on the lore. It depends on uh the stories. Blade was the man. Hey, what's up, Joel Garcia? How you doing, bro? Welcome in. We're having a good hard chat right now. Talking about werewolves, talking about vampires. We've talked about Freddy. So, if you like any of that, feel free to say something about it. We can talk. Yeah, I'm good. Been having fun on here for a little over an hour now. You know, one of my favorite things is this people coming on and interacting. I do like making regular videos, but I don't have this when I do that. You know, the interaction is like through the comment section only for that. Live streams, I get to have this interaction, which I love to do. But yeah, like, I need a real good werewolf movie to come out. I'm hoping Werewolf, excuse me, at the end of this year will be that for me. If anyone does not know the premise of that, it's taking place in the 13th century. The actor that's playing the werewolf is the guy that played Craven, the hunter. He's really awesome. And I know he is in real good shape for this. I'm hoping the transformation. What what about Werewolf in Live? Uh, I hope the transformation is really good. I hope the violence is really good. Like werewolf violence is a different type of violence from other horror movies. I need to see limbs flying, blood spilling, all that good stuff. I want the werewolf to be angry when it comes out. Because the transition from man to beast is not pleasant, nor should it ever be. You know, like I said, when the werewolf comes into the world, it needs to be angry. filled with rage and ready to slaughter. So I'm hoping that's what we get with this. And Eggers likes to do practical. So if it if it's practical like I think it will be, it should be epic. Well, to that, Plato, what they're gonna do, from my understanding, this werewolf movie takes place in England in the 13th century, and they're gonna be speaking in Old English. And I've heard Old English before. I can understand some of it. I can't understand it all. So this movie comes out, ironically enough, Christmas Day. So I'm gonna have to research my Old English so I can be prepared to understand what's being said in this movie. Yeah, I agree with that. And there's other things they'll say which would not be said the same way today. So I'm very intrigued, but like I said, I need to do my research because I go see this movie and I'm not understanding half of what's being said. That's going to be frustrating. And also, Johnny Depp's daughter is playing the wife to the werewolf. So what I want to know is, does she know her husband's a werewolf, or does she find out? And then Willem Dafoe's in it, and I don't know about you all, but I think Willem Dafoe is a phenomenal actor, and I feel like anything he's in, he's really good. So I think he'll be epic in this. I don't know if he'll be like one of the ones in charge of hunting the werewolf down. I, I'm not sure. It'll be fascinating to see what his role is. Oh yeah, Boondock Saints. I love those movies. Yeah, he he's epic. He's epic. Um, I liked him as Green Goblin and Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie. I thought he was phenomenal. Like the faces he made, the way he moved around. He's phenomenal. And he seems to always be in tip top shape. That is not a bad idea. That really is not a bad idea. I should look into that. That would, man, that's, I appreciate those thoughts, bro. Yeah, that'd be cool if I had some horror posters on the wall. And if I could figure out that type of lighting. Or, you know, not have it like that all the time, but maybe when I'm doing like if I'm doing like horror talk, have it set up that way maybe because I do talk, wrestling and sports and other types of movies and shows. I do love talking my horror though, but see, I can't talk with horror to everyone. Like you seem to be on point. Like you seem like someone I can take a deep dive down Horrorville with, which is cool. And my friend Katie also is very good at her horror knowledge, even though she trolls the heck out of me with the bottle rock into the werewolf side thing. And then my best friend who comes on here sometimes, he knows his horror. Yeah, I'd love like there'd be a whole bunch of people on here and we're all just having a deep dive horror conversation would be epic. It would be so much fun. Probably end up talking like 3 or 4 hours and not even realize that we did it. Let's see. Yeah, his facial expressions, yeah, they're he has some great ones for sure. Yeah, it would be cool. Like I'm doing like horror talk, have like some horror stuff being seen. If I'm talking superhero stuff, have some superhero stuff being seen. I'd be a lot though, unless I had the camera point at one wall, had like horror stuff on it, and then another part of the room had like superhero stuff on it, and then another part of the room had like wrestling stuff. That would be interesting. I'd have to figure that out because unfortunately, you know, things what they used to cost. you know, it's not the same. When I was the age where I would be into getting posters was so cheap. I wonder what the heck a poster even costs now. Hey, I appreciate that you're having fun here instead of playing Battlefield 6. Uh, I appreciate it. But if if you need to go, I understand. But you're more than welcome to stay on here. Or if you want to play Battlefield 6 after the chat's over, probably gonna go for like until we get like to like 2 hours, and then I probably begin tired and get ready to get off. Uh, I have to look into that. Appreciate the recommendation. Excuse me. But yeah, so yeah, this like I want that movie to be epic. I want them to come out with like another epic vampire movie. I want there to be another Freddy movie if it's done correctly. Yeah, I mean, how to go about making Freddy though scarier, still have his one-liners, because you gotta have that. But where he just scares the living daylights out of you. If we could get that, that would be epic. What do you think, Plato? Love to hear your thoughts on that. And for anyone else that would like to share their thoughts, because that's what we're here for. Interaction, feedback. Because that's what makes this fun. Yeah, I mean, that's valid. But I feel like if we got this, a few good ones, some original ideas, it can make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? Like I would love horror to make a comeback. Don't get me wrong. I love my superhero movies, but if they are not good, we easily can go through superhero fatigue. Like I like the Robert Pattinson of Batman with Matt Reeves. I like that a lot. But the fact that we had to wait 5 years is crazy. Like we had to wait till October 20 of 2027 before we get this movie. I get it takes time to write the script and everything, but Jiminy Christmas, why? Why is it taking so long? There's a lot of speculation as to why, but I am not privy to that information as to why it's literally taking 5 years to get the sequel to the Batman to us. Sebastian Stan's playing Harvey Dent, which I think is amazing. I loved him as Bucky Barnes. Do you think Quentin Tarantino would make a good superhero movie, in your opinion? I wouldn't be surprised if you said yes if it was rated R. I could see him directing something like Deadpool. For sure. Uh, yeah, I agree. That's good. That's a good one. I like that. But like Batman's got that rule. He doesn't end anyone's life. His one rule. He'll beat the living daylights out of you and make you wish you were. But you know he doesn't finish you off. That is one rule, and that has to be hard to stick to. Like look at what look at what the Joker has put him through in different like comics and uh, animation, cartoons. Like Joker pushes every or pulls every string of Batman. Like if I was Batman, I'd probably end him. There's no way I could not do it. Yeah, and I really thoroughly enjoyed those movies. What about you, Plato? I really liked those two movies. There's so many big names involved. It was very fascinating, and the way they did was very unique. You didn't you didn't see that type of style very often, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I don't know if we'll get something like that again because I don't honestly I don't think we have. And, we're going back to like the early 2000s, you know, since those two movies came out. And I just don't recall off the top of my mind having any movies like that. Oh, and in the two Bill movies, do you recall anything that's been filmed like that since then? Because I don't recall. And yeah, we're talking like this was like 20 years ago or over 20 years ago since those two movies came out. I don't recall anything being like that since it like filmed in that way. Like off the top of my head, I can't remember anything like that. So if you do, please let me know. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, the way they the way they do films like they don't play no games. They have those type of things um, films made that way a lot more over there than they are here because those type of movies, you can't have. They're not appropriate for little kids. Like, there's no way when my son was real young, I'd let him see Bill Volume One or Bill Volume Two. No way. That would that would have messed him up because all the crazy stuff they did in those movies. Yeah, they weren't for kids. I mean, another super crazy movie that was, gosh, 32 years now. Pulp Fiction. That movie was nuts. And then, like, how they shot that film, like the scenes were out of order. So if you weren't paying attention, you get so confused watching that movie. But I think Quentin Tarantino did that on purpose. I thought Logan was really good. But honestly, Plato, I thought after he did that movie, we were not going to see Hugh Jackman don the claws again. I mean, I'm glad he didn't because I remember him saying Logan was his last time, but I'm glad that he lied because seeing him again don the claws and then finally after 24 years we finally get to see him don the mask, the classic Wolverine mask. The fact that it took 24 years of him playing that role to put that mask on, I I say it was worth the wait. What do you think? Because I love when Deadpool asks him, is like, when do you put that mask on? And of course I have to choose my wording carefully because I don't want my video not to go through. And he says, I end people. When I end people, he wears that mask. You know the word that it's meant to be Plato, but I can't. I can't say it on here. You know, there's certain things you can't say. Yeah, I wonder what his payday was for that movie to get him back. Because I'll tell you this, I remember reading about it and then hearing interviews, him talking. Every time he prepared to play Wolverine, chicken, 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 broccoli, 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 rice, 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 rice. That's all he ever ate during his whole training regimen to get in Wolverine shape. Could you imagine eating just that? No, thank you. Yeah, yeah, Plato. I I need beef. If you if you take beef away from me, I'll cry. You tell me I can't eat steak, uh, I'll crash out and I'll cry. I love rice, but it's not something I would eat every day. I like my veggies. I like my fruits. I love steak. I love chicken. I love salmon. I love shrimp. Yeah. Fun fact for you though, bro. I like regular bacon. I like turkey bacon. I like beef bacon. If it's bacon, I'm good. Give me all the bacon. Of course, my favorite is regular bacon. But if you have never tried beef bacon, bro, it's good. Seriously, give it a try. I mess with beef bacon for real. You know, like I said, I like all the bacon. The healthiest one is turkey bacon, of course. If you feel like counting calories that day. you know, A good one is an old fashioned BLT with extra bacon. Yeah, I'm not trying vegan bacon, bro. Nah, I'm good. No vegan bacon for this guy. It's got to be some type of like meat bacon. Like I'm not messing it. Vegan bacon. Nah, kick that vegan bacon can kick rocks. I'm good. Not not eating vegan bacon. No, thank you. All right, bro. Yeah, it was great talking to you. You have a great night. Be be safe. Be blessed. Yeah, I'll be back on here. Don't you worry about that. And we you get back and have these great conversations because I love it. Um, would love to see if anyone else wants to come on and chat with me because I could talk for another half hour. But you know, I would love to interact with anyone that's out there that wants to talk. I don't know where Katie went. Katie, you disappear. And my best friend, I don't know where he's at. Hoping some other people come to interact. That would be cool. So, yeah, there are certain foods I really love and certain foods I do not. I'm not eating like vegan uh, type dishes. Love veggies, love fruits, but I need my meat. I have some form of meat in every meal I have. No way I'm not eating meat. Sorry. Everyone's different. Oh, okay, Katie. I was like, where you at? I saw you text me, but I can't like read it right now. So when I'm finished, I'll take a look at what you sent me. What's your what's your favorite food, Katie? Steak is mine. Can't can't beat a good medium rare steak. It's my favorite. Nothing wrong with a good burger either. Some good chicken, good salmon, good shrimp. And if you can't figure out one, make it a combo. Do a two meat combo. Can't go wrong there either. That's the beautiful thing about working at a restaurant. You can have a two meat combo if you want. So, yeah, gotta have a lot of seasoning. Seasoning what makes it amazing. Yeah, it's all that flavor. There's no way I'm not when I cook, I'm not seasoning my food well. And seasoning it on both sides. For sure. Yeah, Katie, let me know when you have time to check out uh, the werewolf series on YouTube, because you could watch all of that in probably like 6 hours, give or take. If I was 177 pounds, I look very sick, but I'm also a lot taller than you too. Okay, yeah, but let me know what you think when you watch it. I think you'll like it. Gives me the old Incredible Hulk vibes, but with werewolves in it instead. It's a lot of fun. I wish they would do. I don't doubt that you are very healthy. I'm sure you are. I need to get my life together. I'm not doing the best job with that. I like food too much. I'm high in the food chain. Get in my belly. Yeah, abs. I'm not. I'm too old to worry about abs. My shoulders are good, but the missus don't want me to have abs. She said I can lose some, but keep it soft. So old saying, happy wife, happy life, you know? So that's what I'm going to do. She don't care about abs. Unless it's Thor or Captain America. Yeah, climbing rope will get you in real good shape, because I feel like that's a full body workout. Yeah, that would definitely broaden your shoulders, for sure. You know, push ups, definitely. There's lots of things that can be done, whether it's weight training or calisthenics, all forms of things you can do to strengthen your body. So, just depends. But it's more about what you eat. You push the earth down, heard that. But unfortunately, the majority of what type of shape you're in is your intake for food and drink. Put the right things in, do the right amount of physical activity, you're going to get the things that you want more so than not with your body. And if you work out heavily but you don't eat right, you'll have strength, but you're not gonna be healthy looking. Be huge, but you're not gonna look as healthy as you want. Yeah, water and chicken for sure. Absolutely, water and chicken. Very boring, but effective. I don't think Danhausen would like that too much. Water and chicken is not nice. And if you feed me water and chicken, you know what will happen? You're cursed. That's what would happen to probably many people if you just gave them water and chicken. Just saying. Just saying. It's a shame Party Monster left, but I know he's probably doing his live stream for his channel. I was glad he's able to stop by for a little bit. Thought I was going to see some other people tonight, but I don't know what happened. Always can depend on you, Katie, though, which I appreciate all the time. All the support means everything to me. No support, I can't do this. Or, well, I could, but I wouldn't get anywhere. You know, this is a type of thing where you need the support of people to thrive, because you can't watch your own content like that to get views. Doesn't work that way. Does not work that way. You just never know what's going to happen when you get on here. Some nights more people come on to interact. Some nights it's less. Everyone has different schedules. Some people can stay up late. Some people have to be up early. I don't know if you can go um, look back at the chat when he was on there and see it that way. I'm not sure if you can do that. I can't type anything right now, I don't think, because I'm doing this from the phone. I don't want to try to do that and mess something up. If you know what I mean. But yeah, so food, you gotta eat the right things, gotta drink the right things, gotta do the right amount of exercise or weight training or yoga or whatever it may be, calisthenics. And if you do all that, you can get into shape you want to get into. And we all have different goals for that. I want to look like a retired linebacker. Get a phone call and say you want to come sack the quarterback for $10 million a year. Sign me up. That's the type of shape I want to be in. I could get there. I just gotta get locked in and focused. Like anything in life, you want it bad enough, you can get it. Just gotta put the work in, though. It's not gonna be handed to you. Maybe for some, but not for the majority. You know, we gotta roll up our sleeves and do the work. That's the way it goes for the great majority of us. Trying to think if there's anything else that I heard of interest movie wise. Like the Jeopardy music's going on in my head. Yes, we do. We definitely do. Yeah, a lot of great movies coming out later in the year. First week I will be there for He-Man for sure. I am going to geek out for that. No, I didn't. I didn't do the Jim DeAnville Nightheart laugh. Because that would have been like, yeah, baby. I just did it there. I didn't do it a second ago though. Yeah, it's already done. Can I say, you got it one time. That's it. Uh, no mas. Thank you. Probably gonna watch AEW Dynamite. The majority of it in the morning. I might start tonight, but I'm not gonna finish it because I can't hang like I used to. No, no. Used to be able to stay up till like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, like it was nothing. Not anymore. I don't have the energy to do it. Yeah, I'm surprised. It'd been funny if Iris came on here. Could you imagine all the questions I would get from her? And I'd be like, this live stream must end because it's cursed. I don't know if anyone else is going to join us. It would be nice. Have a little bit more conversation before I call it. Well, that would imply if there was a few more, Katie. Just saying. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight. I just want to say for everyone that stopped by, I appreciate you. Katie, I appreciate you more than you know. Uh, I hope you all have a blessed night. Be safe. Take care. See you on the next one. And it'll probably be tomorrow night for sure. You all be safe. Good night. Bye bye.